ButterVision. Hey, what's happening? And welcome to Unsportsmanlike Conduct, the show with a bunch of handsome men's arguing about sports. On today's episode, David Goodman, Keith Caggiano, Danny Fairman, Damon Naeem, and Kamau Talbott. And now, here's your host. He played Ahmad Abdul-Rahim in the off-Broadway production of The Bad News Bears, J.D. Butter! Only in America. Only in America. What's up, y'all? It's your man, J.D. Butter, and I am back for another episode of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. And this little get-up I got going on right now is a little foreshadowing, but I'm not going to give it up yet. Let's first get these characters in the room from the commission. And we have a special event going on today. We have 6 people from the commission here, not the normal 5. We're going with 6. That's how good this topic is. So let's get them in here right now, starting out with my man, rapper, actor, multi-talent, Mr. Kamau Talbott in the house. Let's give it up for Mr. Talbott, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Where is he? He's missing in action. Mr. Talbott, are you present? He's connecting the audio. It's a slow process, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Kamau Talbott in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Only in America.
What's going on, man? I didn't mean to keep you guys waiting. That's my fault. You know, we're having digital difficulties out here in the heat. I mean, it's crazy out here in Los Angeles. Half of California is on fire right now, and we're trying to get through this. And it's causing these weird rolling blackouts and like glitches as far as digital and stuff like that. We always have some sort of digital thing, but I know, right?
that was a little roaming blackout right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, let's get the rest of these characters in the room. Next up, my man out of Oakland, California, also a rapper, father, husband, martial artist, my man, Mr. Damon Naeem in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's good?
Yeah.
There he is. Only in America. Only in America. Oh, he's still connecting audio. Mr. Naeem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's good, my man?
Man, where can I score that outfit? That's what I want to know.
Only in America.
Good gracious. Good gracious. Nice.
Glad to have you back, my man. What's good up there in the Bay?
Oh, man, just, hey, enjoying that the baseball season is back and my beloved A's are kicking butt.
Yeah, surprising.
Happy about that.
Yeah, all
Number
right.
2 pick for the Dubs. We ready to go.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like, that's one of those, like the Spurs drafting Tim Duncan because David Robinson was injured that whole year. Then the next year they win like 60 games. You know?
It's cosmic karma, my man.
It is. All right. Well, let's get the rest of these cats in here so we can jump into this category only in America. Next up, my man from Grand Island, New York, the entrepreneur, Mr. Rockin' Products, and our very own Zen Master on this show, our man, Mr. Keith Caggiano in the house. Give him some love, ladies and gentlemen. There he is, Mr. Caggiano. What's good, my man?
I like that
Only
hair.
in America, baby. Only in America.
Oh,
I'm over here glitching.
Oh, you know how the Wi-Fi goes.
Hey.
Down here it is hot in hell today.
Yes, it is.
It's very hot here in California, and we're about to keep it hot up on Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Let's get the rest of this cast in here. Our next panelist, our main cut-up, the Doctor of General Knowledge, husband, father, Mr. David Goodman in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get him in here right now. Give him some love. Mr. Goodman, where are you at?
PG.
Oh, he's joining. Look, he's having some tech issues. Ooh. Oh, there he is. All right, Mr. Goodman, we were worried about... Oh.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm one of your captains tonight. I'm Captain Goodman. Hope you're having a nice flight, and we look forward to an uneventful evening. So let's sit back and
Wow. David Goodman, ladies and gentlemen, the Doctor of General Knowledge, only in America. Let's get it started. Our last and final panelist coming in the room, another one of our regulars out of El Segundo by way of Burbank, father of two fast car driving, my man, Mr. Danny Fairman in the house. Give him some love, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Fairman, there he is. All right. Oh. He's mad dog. Can you even hear him?
This, oh my God, I just noticed your hair.
Yeah, only in America. Only in America. It is with great reciprocity and facsimile that we bring you
I
this
can't even be mug anymore because I'm looking at John King.
Eye to eye.
Oh.
All right. So my getup was a little foreshadowing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into this topic. The topic today that we're going to be deciding, ladies and germs, worst sports villain. All right? Worst sports villain. And you can tell who I might be talking about, but I'm not going to start it off. We're going to start with my man, Sifu Damon Naeem. Let's see what he's talking about. Let me get the clock ready. All right, you ready to do this, D?
I'm ready. I won't need that long to wrap this up.
That's what she said. I'm playing.
All right, 2 minutes. Go.
All right, so I had to do a little bit of digging. I mean, there's a lot of filth out there. I mean, Tanya Harding came to mind, having been involved, embroiled in a hitman scandal, actually having one of her rivals knocked out of competition. Floyd Mayweather Jr. came to mind, although he's pretty squeaky clean inside the ring. Once he leaves those ropes, it's a different story. He's got a long conviction record. But I decided to go with something that really I thought had a really disgusting impact on the game, and that is the 2017 through 2019 Houston Astros, the cheaters. For those who don't know, they hitched up a camera in center field to look at the catcher, and then they could real time steal signals and send them to the batter so they could know what pitch is coming. I remember thinking, watching this team during that stretch, this is the greatest offensive team I've ever seen in my life. Better than any Yankees team, better than the 2000 Giants, you name it, better than the Bash Brother A's. This team was explosive, and now I know why. There were no good dirty cheats. MLB did an investigation, and they discovered, or they concluded, that every single player in the organization was complicit. They said that the general manager and the manager of the team both were knowledgeable and did nothing about it. And the owner, when it was all said and done after the story broke, showed no remorse by saying the 2017 world title, which in my opinion they stole, was not tainted. It absolutely was not tainted by their actions, which makes this pretty disgusting because it shows the amount of people involved in something like this, and then the duration that it lasted for 3 years, 2.5 years. The story didn't come out until 2019, but what sticks out in my mind in 2019 in Texas was El Paso. And I remember the tragedy that took place in El Paso. And during the last few months of the season, after this took place, the Astros were being held up kind of as a beacon of hope for the area. We are Texas strong. They were a part of that campaign. Meanwhile, behind the closed doors, they were dirty, no good, rotten cheaters. It gets no lower than that. Yeah. I mean, I want to shower saying that out loud.
Man, dude, I'm a Dodger fan. I want to fight them punks, man.
Let me add this real quick. as a lifelong A's fan, I had to endure the 2018 Astros finishing first place over my second place A's because they cheated.
Yeah.
When were the A's ever in second? Never
No,
mind.
the A's have been good recently. The A's have been relatively decent.
Since like Mark McGuire? I mean, okay, let's go.
Thank you very much.
All right, obviously I can't be mad at that one, dude. They took out my Dodgers in the World Series. And,
Hey, look, I'm a Yay Area fan for sure.
In all those games, it was like they came back again.
It's ridiculous.
How many and came back? It was like it's like they have a camera in center field or something. Little did we know. All right. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving over here on my left here, or on my right on the screen. Mr. Goodman, what do you got to say? Worst villain. 2 minutes.
Well,
do it.
All right. Well, now you're gonna make me. I wasn't really ready because I'm always ready. But let me show you what I got here. It's this guy. So listen. Definition of a villain. A villain is a character whose evil actions or motives are important to the plot. All right? Evil, right, and villainous. This guy. All right? Lance Armstrong was a mildly successful professional cyclist when he was diagnosed with metastatic testicular cancer in October of 1996. Miraculously, he was declared cancer-free by February of 97. And in 97, he was back on the cycling tour. He truly burst onto the world stage when he won the 1999 Tour de France. He then proceeded to win it 7 consecutive times, okay? He was Michael Jordan famous, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Professional cycling had persistent doping allegations over the years, but Armstrong consistently denied them, but flaunted over 24 negative drug tests. All right? Along the way, he did everything he could to take down anyone who allegedly doped. Most famously, Frankie Andreu and his wife Betsy, who in sworn testimony said that he directly told him about them. And of course, in a national interview, he called her a crazy bitch. Finally, in 2012, he was stripped of his titles following a report by the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, and it wasn't until 2013 that he finally admitted doping the whole time to Oprah Winfrey. Along the way, he took down teammates, competitors, and most importantly, the sport of cycling. During the most successful run, he made $20 million a year from cycling endorsements. He was riding a bicycle, for God's sakes.
Wow. All right. Again, I can't be mad. As someone who knows how to ride a bicycle, I wanted to fight that punk, man.
Why? Why would you want to fight Lance? I know, he's a good guy.
I don't like cheaters, man. I don't like cheaters. All right. Next up.
Lance is a good guy in my book.
Wow. You better save that for your rebuttal, man. All right,
I'm not going to save it for my rebuttal. I'm going to put it into my 2 minutes. So let's.
Wow. All right. Well, let's get that 2 minutes started. 2 minutes starting now. Mr. K. Millie, do it.
Is that what we have to do currently right now? Well,
yeah.
I'm not always ready, but, I get ready when I can. We just do it. We do it the way that we can do it. So I'm on the clock right now.
Yeah.
And what we say, there was a little gym called Average Joe's, right? By my man right here. He started this with a little band of misfits. But this guy over here, White Goodman, was the nemesis, the best villain in a movie as far as sports is concerned. Dodgeball, an American sport, an underdog sport. Y'all don't even understand how bad this guy wanted to put our Average Joes out, but Average Joes rallied back and beat the brakes off Dwight around his mouth. Dwight Goodman of Dodgeball. So I would have to say that this guy right here was definitely a villainous magnitude. Not only that, my man, Lance Armstrong, came in to talk to my man from Average Joe's to give him the pep talk that he needed to come back to his team and lead them to a kind of a victory. But at the end of the day, it was really my guy, the Pirate Cat. You know what I'm saying? He was really the catalyst for the situation because he made sure that we had the treasure. But all that to say, White Goodman, this one's for you. Dodgeball, underdog story.
This boy talking about on the telephone, man.
Wow. Okay. Now Kamau Talbott is the underdog story of this episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Respect for going off the grid.
Respectfully.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give him props for that. I like that. All right, Mr. Fairman.
Yes,
You're
sir.
up, my man. What do you got for us? 2 minutes. Get it started.
All right. As you know, villains come in all shapes and sizes. There's the bad guys, the enforcers, the cheaters, the guys you love to hate, and the teams with obnoxious fans. But none of those compare to my man Barry Bonds. Barry started in the majors in '86, right, with the Pirates. And when he finished up with the Pirates, he was pretty damn good. So what makes Barry's situation so infuriating is the kid was already good. He was batting over 300 consistently, averaging about 30 to 40 home runs, but that wasn't good enough. I mean, look at the evolution of Barry behind me. Holy cow. All right? But this is why he's the worst villain of all. A, he's a MFN San Francisco Giant. B, it wasn't enough to ruin his own career. He had to ruin baseball. He broke Hank Aaron's career by having all of us use the word asterisk for the first time. All right? And then to top it all off, San Francisco builds this clown a stadium that helps him hit more home runs. Like he needed it with all that juice, right? All right, look, professional athletes, they cheat. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. But the fact that this clown hit 71, 72, and 73 against my beloved Dodgers, that's it. I hate this guy. He makes me so mad. And then it's not like he just juiced and, hey, I'm going to sneak in a few here and there. This guy came out double the size he was prior to 2 years prior, right?
10 seconds.
He didn't hide it. And his excuse was, I thought I was using arthritis cream. I hate Barry Bonds. I hate it.
Another one I cannot be mad at. I hate Barry Bonds. I wanted to fight that punk, son. For real. That big head. Like, to me, Roger Maris still holds the single season home run record, and Hank Aaron still owns the career home run record, as far as I'm concerned.
I just don't like the fact that he turned pink. I don't get that. Like, he used to be a black man, and now he's like off pink.
Oh, you must be thinking about Sammy Sosa.
Oh, that's is that who I'm thinking about?
Yeah, that's Sammy Sosa. Yeah,
oh, okay, my bad. All right.
That is true.
Yeah,
hey, Barry
he's the
Bonds,
Michael
Sammy
Jackson
Sosa
of baseball. As far
but
as
he was juicing
concerned.
too, right? He was juicing too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were all juicing.
Yeah, so,
everyone was juicing.
Yeah, everybody was juicing.
Yeah. So we should just put baseball between this year and this year as the worst villain, like every player.
Right.
Mr. Caggiano, my man. You
All
ready
right.
for this?
All right.
2 minutes. Let's get it started. Do it.
Bring it
I want
on.
to talk about the man that everybody loves to hate, one of the most recognized, one of the most called out villains of all time. I'm talking about my man, T.O. So the question is T.O. the greatest villain of all time, or are people just bitching?
Flip your video. Flip your video.
Look at your joint, man.
Mirror your video.
Oh.
I knew we was going too good.
Can you sit down with the mirror?
No, it's you gotta go to your I'm gonna help you here. You gotta go to your video and either mirror it or under it.
It is.
Keith might be the worst sports villain of all time after this.
You click mirror and it'll flip. Do you mind flipping?
Yeah, I did that.
Then
Well,
move on.
Move
All
on.
right, keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Number 18.
Give him 2 more minutes.
Well, we'll try it again that way. Well, listen, it's he's the one that everyone loves to hate, but he loves him some him. So, truth of the matter is he's the third top receiver of all time. He is, and he's also considered one of the biggest sports villains of all time. But you know what? Do we need villains? We need villains. It's like every story needs a villain. You need your Hans Gruber. You need your WWE villains. So, but the thing is T.O. was just a competitor too. So I mean, did he account for some of the best images on the Dallas Star with the popcorn, with the Sharpie, with the pom-poms? So what that on Jerry Rice's last day in Jerry's game, he came out and broke the record for receptions, 20 receptions, 284 on Jerry's last day. So what? So what?
No respect.
Right. So what if he did sit-ups in his driveway? So what? So what if he didn't go to Baltimore, held out, and then he did raise dance when he scored on him? So what? So what if he said his last quarterback might have been gay? Ain't nothing wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with it. So what
Exactly.
If
not that there's anything wrong with
money and he got fights in the back? So what? So what if he loved his quarterback? So what if he got a little emotional with his quarterback? And so what if he left America's team for North America's team? But my point is T.O. was a competitor. Some people are going to hate. Haters are going to hate. And for the people that hate, he's the biggest villain of all time. But I say he's a competitor. They just want to get out there and play some ball. Get the man the ball is what I'm saying. So T.O. for the best villain and also for one of the best players, too.
All right. I'll say this. That was fun. I'm gonna edit this down for our best villain episode when that one comes out. Now. All right. It's time for a little butter time. All right.
Wait,
Only in America.
We forgot about you.
Is this the best hair episode?
Yeah. So let's see. I'm the only person really other than Keith trying technology. Hopefully it doesn't become
Come on, Don Hopkins.
like Keith's did. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. And here we go. Sports history has been littered with lowlifes and sycophants from stem to stern, going all the way back to legendary racist and dirty player Ty Cobb, all the way through to modern racists like Donald Sterling and blatant cheaters like Mark McGuire and Barry Bonds. But I'm really thinking about the worst of the worst. To wit, I first wanted to choose Mr. I'm Not Black, I'm OJ, Orenthal James Simpson, Uncle Tom, serial adulterer, narcissist, wife beater, and oh yeah, there's that whole double murder jammy that he was responsible for. But then Dave reminded me that all of his most nefarious activities happened well after his sports career. So fine, who would be even worse than a double murdering scumbag like OJ? That's right, Isaiah Bleeping Thomas. Oh yeah, hiding behind that Empress grin is a selfish, two-faced jerk, tonecoat, fake friend, fake teammate, liar, sexual harasser, horrible coach, horrible executive who threw teammates and friends under the bus whenever it could benefit him. And who could forget this epitome of sportsmanship? I mean, sports villains nary come any worse than this guy. Except for this pawn scum. Don King. Let's run down this guy's dossier. He started out as a numbers runner in Cleveland. He's got a justifiable homicide on his ledger for shooting someone trying to rob one of his gambling spots, and a 3-year stretch for manslaughter. But thanks to his gift of gab, he was able to convince President Mobutu of Zaire to put up then unheard of sums of cash, and began his promoting career with the Rumble in the Jungle, and spent the next 2 decades as one of the biggest promoters in boxing, ripping off every client he ever had, including Mike Tyson, and leaving most of them battered and broke. He was the type of shyster who would come into the ring with one fighter, and when that fighter lost, leave the ring with the other fighter. Sports villains do not come any worse than Don King, and you can book that, homie. Yeah, Don King, worst sports villain. I like my call.
You gotta believe me. I'm telling the truth here. I'm speaking to you.
Pretty solid. Hard to beat that one.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well,
was it
let's start the rebuttal.
Don King? What was it?
What's that?
I said, was it Isaiah Thomas or was it
Don King? Was number one. Don King was number one.
Okay, it was convoluted. I'm sorry, my bad.
All right. Well, let's get into these rebuttals. Let's do a quick roundtable first. Of course, we got Mr. Naeem with the 2017 to 2019 Astros. Great call. Hate him. Mr. K. Milley has White Goodman from Dodgeball. Mr. Goodman, another good call. Lance Armstrong. Mr. Fairman as well, a great call. Barry Bonds. And Mr. Caggiano, great call. T.O. So these rebuttals are going to be tough to do. Let's get into them. Mr. Naeem, let me set up the clock first. 1 minute. All right, we ready to do this? Make it happen, Mr. Naeem.
Okay, well, I said that Don King was tough to beat, but he is beatable. I mean, because you're only talking about one person. You're talking about one person and his weaselly ways. Same thing with Barry Bonds and who else we got here? Barry Bonds and Lance Armstrong and T.O. These are just individuals, maybe working with one or two extra people. But I'm talking about baseball deep state. I'm talking about a slew, an entire organization dedicated to cheating, to win at all costs, and even bagging a world title in the process. I mean, come on. It's just, it gets no worse than that. That's the scummiest of the scum, for sure.
All right, man, dude. Tough to beat, ladies and gentlemen. Tough to beat. Mr. Goodman, I know you're going to come hard. I know you're going to come hard with your 1 minute, Mr. Whiplash. Let's do it. 60 seconds. Go for it.
All right, guys. A, yes, the Astros. POSs, okay? Did they ruin baseball? No. Baseball is doing what it needs to do. It moves on. It hasn't shut the sports down. Dodgeball, I love the pick. Doesn't count. By the way, there's no villains named Goodman. I'm sorry. It doesn't happen. Okay. Barry Bonds, well, okay. I'll take Hank Aaron. But did he win anything? Did he
Hank
hurt
Aaron?
Nothing. Yeah, he took over the all-time home run list.
Titles,
But he didn't win anything. His team never won anything, right? T.O., God bless him, one good season in Philly. But same thing. Well, who did he hurt, all right? Don King. Oh, there goes my mustache. Don King, yes. Don King, that's a real villain. I'll give you that, okay? But
who did he really hurt?
Right. Who did he hurt? This guy, he got an actual rock star, man. He got a rock star, and he shut down cycling. They were on the Tour de France was on CBS, was on national television. Anybody hear anything about cycling in the world right now? That's what I'm talking about. Bam.
All right. Props. All right. K. Millie, you gotta put Mr. Goodman in his place, man. 1 minute, do it.
So as I go ahead and grab my knife and poke holes into that wheel for Lance Armstrong, the guy had one testicle, man. Like, he had testicular cancer. I mean, dude, like, how are you going to really hate on that guy? Like, there's no way. I mean, the things that he did is nothing like any other person would have done in this particular sports. There are no American people that are cycling anymore because we know that that's a French thing. Not anything wrong with being French, but it's a French thing. So, and everybody else, Terrell Owens, however he wants to pronounce his name, athletics or whoever else we were talking about, it doesn't make a difference. I mean, there is nobody more nefarious than White Goodman, period. Hands down. He might have been a fictional guy, but I mean, outside of like a Belichick or a Tom Brady or something of that nature. And as far as, Don King, he didn't hurt anybody. He showed you how to make America great, baby.
All right.
I think you're confusing two people.
Well, I'm one of the people he's confusing. So
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's keep it moving. Mr. Fairman, what do you got for us? 1 minute.
All right.
60
Game and
seconds,
props.
do it.
The Astros are tough to argue with. But, they accepted their fate, so they're not that tough. Cycling, who cares? K. Millie.
Yes, sir.
It's a movie. And it's a child sport. Children. Keith, maybe if anyone cared one bit about the Dallas Cowboys, you might have a good argument. I don't know what the hell you were arguing. Who the hell is Isaiah Don King Thomas? Never heard of him.
Only in America.
That's for you.
Barry had a whole league implicit on, look at this, 185, 190. That's what his listed weights. Come on. There's this whole conspiracy to make Barry Bonds great. F Barry Bonds. I win.
All right, I have to agree with the F. Barry Bonds sentiment. I'm not even going to lie.
You don't
Mr.
agree with
Caggiano. Mr. Caggiano, 60 seconds. What do you got? You going
First of
Zen?
all, I
You
want to
going
make
hard?
sure we're in the right episode because Kamau could have came by with the movie one last time because Dwight Gooden did bleed his own blood, so he's not that
Exactly.
much. And as far as the Arnold Rothstein in the 1918 Black Sox were much worse than this going too. So, and you know what? If Barry Bonds put the wrong cream on, I get it. And Lance had one ball, for God's sakes. He needs the extra testosterone shots, and he's in France. And his bike is like, nobody.
Thank you.
This is
It was
EPO. The villain of NFL, the man you love to hate. It's got, and oh, let me save JD. Did you just Milli Vanilli it? Is that what just happened? Did you do a pre-recording and bring your hair day in too? I mean, this is good. I like, but was that a pre-recording? You can't go with that. It's got to go TO now after that. I think might be disqualified.
Wow. Wow, ladies and germs. Keith the Zen Master came hard.
He's getting in it on that
Right.
Oh, wow.
That was a classic rebuttal right there. I like that. He was taking
Wow,
notes
that was
during
nice.
you guys'
That was
stuff.
nice. All right, I'm going to close up shop with this. Kamau is talking about a fictional character. Barry Bonds, I can't hate on that, but one player. Lance Armstrong, he's a bastard, don't get me wrong, but still no one cares about biking. T.O., marginal, NFL personality, no one really cares. I got to give it up for Mr. Naeem on the 2017 to 2019 Astros. But still, I'm going to parrot David and say, baseball moves on. Don King wrecked lives, and numerous lives. Guys who gave their all to a sport and came away with nothing. Their lives shattered and destroyed. And Don King, meanwhile, is fat catting it, sitting driving Rolls Royces and stuff. That's true villainy, man. That guy is Satan with this hair. Don King, vote for JD Butter.
That's the truth, baby.
All right, there it is, folks. So now our viewers, you got to chime in on this one because this is a great category, and we gave you an extra panelist this week. So what's up? You let us know who you think is the worst villain in sports history, and also let us know if you think one of these cats on your screen made a really compelling argument. And we're coming down the home stretch of the season, and we got a tight, packed race at the top. So every vote means something. So get into it, get involved. Let's give it up for this incredible panel. Oh, Hans Gruber, look at that. Let's give it up for Mr. Damon Naeem, my man David Goodman. Let's give it up for Kay Millie, Mr. Kamau Talbott, Mr. Keith Caggiano, our man Danny Fairman, and of course, I have been Mr. JD Butter. Until next week, we'll be back with another episode of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Peace. Only in America.